Dear students, in last session we have discussed how we can convert a context-free grammar to a PDA. Okay. Today we will discuss reverse of it. That is how we can convert a given PDA to the corresponding context-free grammar. So, meaning thereby we will be having a PDA as input and we will convert it to the corresponding grammar G. Okay. So this theorem says if A is equal to Q sigma rho delta Q0 Z0 phi. So because I am writing phi here, so meaning thereby I am defining a PDA which accepts the language by empty store. So if A is a PDA which accepts some language by empty store, then there exists a context-free grammar G such that L of G is equal to N of A. Means corresponding to every PDA which accepts some language by empty store, there exists a corresponding context-free grammar. Now we will discuss how we can construct a grammar, context-free grammar G corresponding to the given PDA A. A is given as Q sigma rho delta Q0 Z0 and phi, and we have to form the corresponding context-free grammar, that is G is equal to V n sigma PS, with the help of this PDA. Okay, so in the step 1 we will define the set of variables of the grammar G. So it defines that set of variable in the grammar G will be S union a triple Q Z Q dash such that Q and Q dash belongs to capital Q, means these will come from the our PDA states, and Z will belong to the push down store symbol rho, that is the push down store over the PDA. Okay, so in this manner we will define the triples. So if we look at our variables in the grammar G will either be the start variable S. It is a special variable which we have added. So this will also work as the start variable. And all other variables will be in the form of an ordered triple which will be having 3 elements, where first and third element, that is Q and Q dash, these are the states which are coming from our PDA. Okay, so Q and Q dash belongs to capital Q, so these are coming from the PDA, and the second element is a push down store symbol. So it is Z, it belongs to rho. So rho is the set of push down store symbols. So second element is coming from the push down store symbol. So we are making all our variables with the help of states and the push down store symbols in our PDA. So in this manner we will be forming our set Vn. So all variables we have defined. Sigma is already known to us because the same sigma over which PDA is defined, the same sigma will be taken in the grammar. S is the start symbol which we have already included in this set of variables. So the only thing remaining here after the step 1 is the P, set of productions of the grammar. Okay, so this set of production P of the grammar we will be forming with the help of transition function delta of the PDA. So this will be doing in the step 2. Now in the step 2, we will construct our set of production P of our context-free grammar from the transition function delta of the given PDA with the help of 3 rules. So first rule, I say R1 is corresponding to the S productions, the productions of the start symbol S. Okay, so S productions will be of the form S2 triple Q0 Z0 Q. So this triple denotes a single variable. So S2 another variable. So these kind of productions will be there. So and how do we find this Q0 Z0 Q? This we have to do for every Q belonging to capital Q. So this will not be a single transition. There will be multiple such transitions depending on how many states we are having in our capital Q, that is the set of states of the PDA. Okay, so Q0 is the initial state of our PDA, Z0 is our initial push down store symbol of the PDA, and Q may be any state of our capital Q, that is a set of state of the PDA. So the productions, S productions will be of this form, S2, Q0, Z0, these two are fixed, and this is a variable one. So suppose there are 3 states Q0, Q1 and Q2 present in our capital Q, then there will be 3 such productions, S2, Q0, Z0, Q0 first, then Q0, Z0, Q1 second, then Q0, Z0, Q2 third. So these 3 S productions will be there in our in our set of production P of context-free grammar G. So this is the rule 1. So this tells us how we can find the S productions. Now come on the second rule, that is the rule 2. This rule 2 is defined for the erasing moves. What do we mean by erasing moves? Erasing moves in a PDA are where we erase topmost push down stored symbol. So whenever we erase the topmost push down stored symbol, we simply write null to the push down store. So the transition function delta will take us to one of such pairs where we are moving to suppose some state q dash and we are writing null to the push down store. So that means this pair q dash null will be belonging to the transition function delta of q a z. Suppose we are in the state q reading a symbol a, and at the topmost as a topmost push down store symbol we are having z, and if q dash null is the part of its right hand side, okay, so then it simply means that we are erasing z from the push down store. So such a move is called erasing move, where we are erasing the topmost push down stored symbol. So how do we identify the erasing move? Simply on the right hand side there will be a pair which is having q dash null format. Okay, so if we find this format q dash null on the right hand side of any transition, then we know that this move is a erasing move. What we have to do for erasing move? Corresponding to each erasing move, we will induce one production of the form qz q dash to a. How do we find this qz q dash? This q is the state in which we are present. The z, it was the topmost push down store symbol. And then what is this q dash? This q dash is the state where we are reaching after removing the topmost push down store symbol. And a is what? A is nothing but the input symbol which we are consuming from the input in taking this particular transition. So in this manner, from this erasing move, we can find the format of the production which is required. So q z q dash to a. So this q z q dash to a, this kind of productions will be induced by each erasing move. So each erasing move will induce one production of this particular format. Now, as per rule 3, each move not erasing a push down store symbol given by this q1, z1, z2 and so on zn belonging to delta qaz will induce many productions of this form. The form is qz q dash to a, q1 z1 q2, q2 z2 q3 and so on up till qm zm q dash, where q dash, q2, q3 and so on up till qm can be any state in q. So this is the rule 3. Now let us see what do we mean by this rule 3. This rule is defined for non-erasing moves. Okay, in last rule we have seen that what do we mean by erasing move? By erasing move we mean that we are erasing the topmost push down stored symbols. And how do we identify the erasing move? Where we will be having on the right hand side of our transition a state and then there will be a null. So we will be writing null over the push down store. If we are not writing null over the push down store, even if there is a single symbol or multiple symbols, then the move is treated as the non-erasing move. So we can very easily identify between the erasing moves and non-erasing moves. Erasing moves are those where we are writing null to the push down store, and non-erasing moves are those where we are writing some symbols, whether it is a single symbol or the multiple symbols, over the push down stores. In other, we can also say that in effect we are either maintaining or increasing the number of symbols stored over the push down store. In erasing move we are reducing the number of symbols stored over the push down store, but in non-erasing move we are either maintaining or increasing the number of symbols stored over the push down store. So we have seen that we can identify by looking at the right hand side of transition whether it is a erasing move or non-erasing move. Once we have identified that it is a non-erasing move, and suppose such a move it is, then it will induce qz q dash, where qz will come, q will come from here. That is the current state where we are in. Okay, then z is the current push down store symbol. So these two quantities we have taken from here, and then this a will be the symbol over which we are taking the transition. So a will come here, and then there is a sequence of variables. Okay, sequence of variable, each variable is a triple. So there is a sequence of triple, and how many triples are there? You just look here. Q1, Q2, similarly Q3, Q4, and so on up till Qm. So 1 to M, there are M triples, so there will be M variables there. And how we are finding them? Then Q1 is what? Q1 is the state where we are reaching. So from where we will start? We will start from the Q1, the state which we are reaching. And here the second quantity we are taking, which is the first symbol in the string which we are pushing over the push down store. So Z1 is coming from here. So Q1 Z1. So QZ, it has come here. Q1 Z1, it has come from here. And then everything else is taken from the capital Q. So Q dash, it can be any state in Q. Similarly, this Q2 can be any state in Q. Similarly, this Q3 can be any state in Q. Similarly, as QM, it is any state in capital Q. Okay. And in first triple, that is the first variable, we have taken Z1. In the second triple, that is the second variable, we have taken Z2. Similarly, in the third, we will take the next, that is Z3, and so on. In the mth, we will take the Zm, that is here. So it will have the equal number of triples as the number of symbols we are pushing over the PDS. If we are pushing here 3 symbols, suppose Z1, Z2, Z3, so there here will come 3 triples, where in first there will be the Z1, in second there will be the Z2, and in third there will be the Z3. Okay, so equal number of triples will come. Now look at the sequence how we are getting. It is Q dash, then A, Q1, Z1, then we are taking Q2. This Q2 is an arbitrary state. Okay, so if we are ending with Q2, with the same state we have to start. That is from Q2 we start the next triple. Then Z2 will come from here. Then Q3 is again an arbitrary state. So whatsoever state Q3 we are ending with, the next triple we will start with the same state, that is the state Q3. So in this manner we will forming our triples. And in the last one, okay, so last one, the last state where we will end, that is the Q dash. It is the same state which we are taking here. And as this Q dash, Q2, Q3, and so on, QM, these all are any state which are coming from the capital Q. Okay, so that's why this format will induce multiple productions. How it will be inducing multiple productions? Suppose in this capital Q, there are 2 states, suppose Q0 and Q1. Meaning thereby, this Q dash may take either the value Q0 or the Q1. So there are 2 possibilities. Once it will take Q0, and second possibility it will take Q1. Similarly for this Q2 as well. Okay, this Q2 as well, we are having again the same 2 possibilities. This Q2 may either be Q0 or the Q1. Okay, and then for this Q3 as well, and so on. So for all this Q dash, Q2, Q3, and so on up till Qm, we are having 2 possibilities. So meaning thereby, in total, if we take the different values for all such states, then there are 2 to the power m possibilities. So this single non-erasing move will induce 2 to the power m productions of this particular format. Okay, so when we will be taking one example, you will be more clear about its application, how to apply, how to find such multiple productions. So these are the 3 rules with the help of which we find our set of production P from the transition function delta of PDA. So in the step 1 we have found what will be the grammar. So except the P, we have found everything in the step 1, and P we are finding in the step 2. So in this manner we will be finding our context free grammar from the given push down automata. Now let us take this example where a PDA is given and we have to convert this PDA to the corresponding context free grammar. PDA is given by A is equal to Q0, Q1. So this is the set of states. AB, this is the sigma. Z0, Z, this is the row, that is the push down store symbols. Delta is given by these transitions. So transition function is this. So and Q0 is our start state, and Z0 is our initial push down store symbol, and phi. So that's why this PDA is accepting some language by empty store. Transition function delta is given by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 transitions. Now we have to convert it to the corresponding CFG. So we will convert it to the corresponding CFG. Suppose we write G is equal to Vn sigma Ps. So Vn sigma Sigma is what? Sigma is A comma B. Okay, so A comma B, then P and S. So S will be our start symbol. Sigma is known to us. Vn we will be finding in the step 1 and P will be finding in our step 2. So in the step 1, when we have to find Vn, so there will be one variable S. So S will be there in Vn, and there will be variables in the form of ordered triples. That ordered triple is Q, Z, Q dash, where this Q and Q dash belongs to Q. So Q may have the values either Q0 or Q1. Similarly, Q dash may have the values either Q0 or Q1. And this Z is a push down stored symbol, so it belongs to row. So this Z will be having the value either Z0 or Z. Okay. So two values. So corresponding to this, we are having two values. Corresponding to this, we are having two values. Corresponding to this as well, we are having two values. So how many such ordered triples we can form? So for everyone, we are having two values. So 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, that is 8 total possibilities will be there. Let us write those possibilities. These possibilities are, I am taking for Q, suppose I am taking Q0. For Q dash also I am taking Q0. And for Z, I am taking suppose Z0. So I will be having Q0, Z0, and then Q0. So this will be the first triple. The second triple may be Q0, Z0. I fix these two and I change this one. So another possibility for this is Q1. So I get the second triple. Okay. Then what I will do, I will change the second one. So Q0, rather than Z0, I will be writing Z here and then again Q0. Okay, and then Q0, Z, and Q1. So these four possibilities, when I have changed these two, I have kept this fixed and I have changed these two. Now similarly, four more possibilities corresponding, when I will take Q1 here, I will get here. Okay, so these possibilities are Q1, Z0, Q0, and then Q1, Z0, Q1, and then Q1, Z, Q0, and Q1, Z, Q1. So these 8 variables will be there. So these 8 plus S, so total 9 variables will be in the set Vn. So this Vn is consist of these 9 variables. So in the step 1, we have found what Vn will be, what sigma is, and S is the start symbol. So now the only thing remaining to be found is the set of production P. So this will be finding in the next step, that is step 2, with the help of the given 3 rules R1, R2 and R3. So for applying step 2, I will be taking its transitions from the transitions functions one by one. In the step 2, I will be first applying the rule 1 to find the S production, that is the productions of the start variable S. So this rule 1 says that we have to induce the variables of the form S to Q0, Z0, Q for all values of Q belonging to capital Q. And here our capital Q consists of 2 states, that is the Q0 and Q1. So this rule will give us 2 productions. So I will be writing these productions number wise. So I will say the production 1 will be S2, Q0, Z0. This is fixed. Okay, so this Q0 is the start state, Z0 is the initial push down store symbol in our PDA. So I have taken that. Now for this Q, I can take 2 different values, either Q0 or Q1. So once I will take Q0, then I will find the first production that I am saying as P1. So S2, Q0, Z0, Q0. And the second production P2 will be S2, Q0, Z0. So this is fixed, these two are fixed. And for this Q, this time I will be taking the value Q1. So Q1. So this will be the second production P2, S2, Q0, Z0, Q1. So by applying rule 1, I will be finding these 2 productions. Now for applying the rule 2 and rule 3, I have to look at the transitions of the transition function. So I will be taking each transitions one by one and applying either the rule 2 or the rule 3 as it is applicable. Now let us take first transition from our transition function. Our first transition in our transition function is delta q0 bz0 is equal to q0 z0. Okay, so this transition we have to process and we have to find the corresponding productions. Okay, now let us first check whether this is a erasing move or non-erasing move. Just for checking whether it is a erasing move or non-erasing move, we have to look at its right hand side and we have to look at whether it is null or not. Whatsoever what we are writing over the push down store, whether it is null or not, it is not null. We are writing something. So meaning thereby it is a non-erasing move. Okay, so a non-erasing move is given by Q1, Z1, Z2 and so on up to Z1. So here we are having two symbols. So it is Z1, Z2. Okay, so it means the value of M is equal to 2. So there are only two symbols Z1, Z2. This belongs to QAZ. So this is Q, this is A and this is Z. So delta QAZ is having Q1, Z1, Z2. So such a format, such a transition will induce many productions because it is a non-erasing move. So it will induce many productions. So you write what kind of productions it will be inducing. So for this I will be writing QZ Q dash was on the left hand side. So I have written QZ Q dash, then A symbol over which we are taking the transition. So A is here and then there will be some triples. How many triples? The equal to the number of push down stored symbols which you are writing over the PDS. So that is Z1, Z2, so 2. So that's why I have made two triples. And first triple will start from where? From Q1. So Q1 and it will take the first symbol, that is the Z1, and then it will take another state Q2. And if I am ending with Q2, I will start with Q2. I will take the second symbol, that is the Z2, and I will finish with the same state as I am finishing in the variable on the left hand side, that is the Q dash. So if Q dash is here, so Q dash will also come here. So I have first written this format. Now as per this format, I will be filling the values of the unknowns and I will be finding the productions which will be there in the grammar. Okay, so here QZ, this is fixed. Q and Z, it is fixed. Okay, this Q1 is also fixed. The only thing, and then Z1 and Z2. Z1 and Z2 are also fixed. The unknowns here we are having Q dash and we are having Q2. So these two are unknowns. And what values this Q dash and Q2 may have? So it may be any state in our capital Q, and this capital Q contains only the two states, that is the Q0 and Q1. So two possibilities are there. Okay, so two possibilities for Q dash and two possibilities for Q2. So there will be total 4 productions which will be induced. So I am writing these productions as P3, P4, P5 and P6. Okay, and I am following this format. So Q, Z, Q dash. Okay, so what is Q and Z? Q is Q0 and Z is Z0. So Q0, Z0. So it will come in each. Q0, Z0. I am writing everywhere. Q0, Z0. Q0, Z0. Okay. And then I am completing this triple here. So now here I have to fill the values of the Q dash. Okay. Then A. This A is fixed. What is the value of A? Value of A is B. Value of A is B. So I will be writing B here. So I am filling B everywhere because it is fixed. And then there will be two triples. So first triple starts with Q1. Q1 here is Q0. The value of Q1 is Q0. So I am putting Q0 everywhere. And then Z1. Z1 is the first symbol. The value of Z1 here is, you can look at Z. Okay. So I will be putting Z here. Everywhere. I will be putting Z. And then value of Q2 is not known to me. So I will just leave the blank space and complete the triple. Then second. Now here again, the value of Q2 is not known to me, so I will leave this blank. I will be putting just comma. The value of Z2 is Z0. The value of Z2 is Z0. Z2 is Z0, so I will be putting Z0 here because this is fixed. Okay. then I am putting comma, and then Q dash. Q dash will be the same value which I will be having here. So I will be putting like this. Okay. Now I have to first fill the values of Q dash. The values of Q dash are Q0 and Q1. So first I put the value of Q dash as Q0. So if I put it as Q0, then corresponding to it, I have to put the value of Q2. So value of Q2 may again be either Q0 or Q1. Okay. So this time I take the value Q0. Okay. So because Q2 has come here, so the value of it is Q0. So same value will come here. So Q0 I will be putting here as well. Now here I have to put Q dash. Q dash is having this value Q0. So that's why I have put Q0. Okay. Now similarly, when the Q dash was having the value Q0, Q2 may have values either Q0 or Q1. So for corresponding to Q0, I have filled here. Now corresponding to Q1, I will be filling here. So that's why Q dash I will be putting Q0 only. And now this time the value of Q2 last time I have put Q0. Now I will put the next value, that is the Q1. So Q1. So Q1 will come here. So Q1 will also come here. And what will come here? The same which is the Q dash. Q dash is Q0. So that's why Q0 will come here. Is it? So in this manner I have filled. Now corresponding, when Q dash was having the Q0, Q2 may have either Q0 or Q1. This I have filled. Now similarly, Q dash may have the value Q1. And when Q dash is having the value Q1, again Q2 may have the value of either Q0 or Q1. So that's why I will be putting here Q1, Q1, and corresponding to Q1, if this Q2 is having the value Q0, similarly here it will be having the value Q1. So if Q0 is come here, Q0 will also come here, Q1 has come here, so Q1 will also come here. Okay, here Q dash will come. So whatsoever is coming here, that same value will come here, that is the Q1. Similarly, here we are having Q1, so here also we will be having Q1. So in this manner, you can easily find the productions. The key is that you first identify which kind of move it is and its corresponding standard format you write over it. Okay, and then you write what kind of productions it will induce. So you write the format and then you fill the values in the format. So if you will do it systematically, you will be able to find your productions easily. Now we take second transition from our transition function delta. The second transition is delta Q0 null Z0 equals to Q0 null. So first of all, we will identify which kind of move it is, whether it is a erasing move or non-erasing move. Just by looking at this, you will know that it is a erasing move because we are writing null over the push down store. Okay, so it is a erasing move. So first we will write the format of the erasing move over it. That is delta QAZ. So it is Q, it is A, it is Z equals to Q dash null. Q dash null. So this is Q dash and this is null. And once we have written the standard format of erasing move, then what kind of production it will induce? It will induce, each erasing move will induce only a single transition. So this move will induce the transition of the form QZ Q dash to A. Okay, so I have written QZ Q dash to A. Now I will be filling its value and I am finding the next production which I am naming as P7. Okay, so Q, what is the value of Q is Q0. So it is Q0. Now it is Z. Z is Z0. What is Q dash? Q dash is Q0 to A. What is the value of A? Value of A is null. So null. So this P7, this is the production which will be induced by this erasing move. Now we come on to our third transition, that is delta Q0BZ equal to Q0ZZ. Now looking at this, we will know that it is a non-erasing move. So we will write over it the format of non-erasing move, that is QAZ. So this is Q, this is A, this is Z, equal to Q1, Z1, Z2 and so on up till Zn. So Q1, Z1, Z2. So this is Q1, this is Z1, this is Z2. Okay. So, and it will induce the productions of this particular form QZ Q dash to A, Q1 Z1 Q2, Q2 Z2 Q dash. Okay. So now I will be filling the values. Now QZ, Q is Q0 and Z is Z. So Q0 Z, Q0 Z, Q0 Z, Q0 Z. I have written in the value of Q dash I will be filling here. So 2, the value of A is B. Okay, so B, 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 B. And then I will be writing first triple Q1, Z1, Q2. So Q1 is Q0 and Z1 is Z. So Q0, Z, Q0, Z, Q0, Z, Q0, Z, and then I will be closing it because the value of Q2 I have to fill, and the same value of Q2 I will be filling here, and the value of Z2 is Z. So Z, 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 comma, comma, and then the value of Q dash. Okay. So again, similarly, I will be filling the value of Q dash. Q dash may have the values of Q0 or Q1. Okay. So and because there is only one more variable remaining, so 4 productions will be there. So another 2 values will be for Q2, again Q0 and Q1. So I am having the combination Q0, 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 Q1, then Q1, Q0, and Q1, Q1. So I have filled the combination, and then correspondingly I will fill the values. Whatever value has come here, the same value will come here. So it is Q0, Q1, then it will be Q1, Q0, then it will be Q0, Q1, then it will be Q1. Okay. And then Q dash, the same value will come, whatever value has come here. So it is Q0, Q0, Q1, Q1. So it will also be Q0, Q0, Q1, and Q1. So in this manner, I have found my 4 productions corresponding to this non-erasing move. Now we come on the 4th transition, that is delta Q0 AZ is equal to Q1 Z. Okay. Again, by looking at, because we are not writing null here, so it is a non-erasing move. So we write the format of non-erasing move, that is QAZ to Q1, Z1, Z2, and so on. So here is only one symbol. So we will finish at Z1 only. Okay. So Z1. Now it will induce the transition productions of the format QZ Q dash to A, then Q1 Z1. Now because we are writing only one symbol, so only one triple will come. So this is the first as well as the last triple. So Q dash will come in it. Okay. So we will not go to the Q2 because if we go to the Q2, it means that we have the second triple also. So we will be having only one triple. So this is the first and the last one. Okay. So we will write Q dash here. So now only unknown is Q dash here. So it will induce 2 productions. Okay, so we will write first the values of Q and Z. Q is Q0 and Z is Z. Okay, so Q0 Z and then Q0 Z. 2. Now the value of A is A. So A, and then Q1. The value of Q1 is also Q1. Okay, so and the value of Z1 is Z. So Q1 Z. Q1 Z. Now we have to only put the value of Q dash. Again, the value of Q dash may be the 2 values, either Q0 or Q1. So it is, once it is Q0, in next it is Q1. So the same value which has come here will also come here because it is also Q dash. So we will be writing the same value Q0 and Q1. So in this manner we find the 2 productions induced by this particular transition, that is P12 and P30. Now we come to our second last transition, that is delta QBZ is equal to Q1 null. We write the standard format over it, QAZ equal to Q dash null. It is a erasing move, so it will induce only one production, and the format of the production will be QZ Q dash to A. Now Q is Q1, so we have written Q1 here. Z is Z, so we have written Z here. Q dash is Q1 here. Okay, so we have written Q1 here, and the value of A is B. So that's why in place of A we have written B. So this P14 we have found corresponding to this transition. Now we have come to our last transition, that is delta Q1 AZ0 is equal to Q0 Z0. As it is a non-erasing move, so we have written the format of non-erasing move, that is QAZ equal to Q1 Z1 because only one symbol is here, so we will finish at Z1. Okay, and it will induce the productions of this format QZ Q dash to A Q1 Z1 Q dash because there is only one symbol which we are pushing, so that's why only one triple will come. So this is the first as well as the last triple. Now we will fill the values corresponding to this format. Q and Z are Q1 and Z0 respectively. So Q1 and Z0, Q1 and Z0. Now Q dash, because it may take any value from capital Q, so it will be having value either Q0 or Q1. So once I will put its value Q0, in another I will put its value Q1. And as Q dash is the only unknown in our only variable which may take its value differently. So that's why only two productions will come here. The value of A is A. So corresponding to A, I have written AA here, and here Q1 Z1 Q dash. So Q1 Z1, Q1 value is Q0, Z1 value is Z0. So that's why I have put Q0 Z0 and Q0 Z0 here, and here I have to put the values of the Q dash. So the same value which I have put in here. Okay, so Q0, so Q0 here, Q1, so Q1 here. In this manner, I can find these two productions P15 and P16. And as I have processed all the transitions, all 6 transitions, and correspondingly I have found total 16 productions. So corresponding to the given PDA which accepts some language by empty store, I have found the corresponding context-free grammar which is having total 9 variables S and 8 triples. Okay, and the sigma was same A and B, and set of production contains total 16 production in comparison to total 6 transitions given in the PDA, and S is our start symbol. So in this manner, we can find a context-free grammar corresponding to a given PDA. This is very important from the point of view of examination. Thank you all.